Hello dear students, I hope you're doing well. In our lesson today, we're going to do some vocabulary exercises. What we're going to see? We're going to learn some vocabulary about society as we have already seen, about crime, some cases, and after that we're going to see some new words focusing on the global issues, on international organizations, and a specific phrasal verb that has to do with that. So, first of all, we have got some new vocabulary focusing on the justice system. What is the justice system? When somebody, let's say, has done something, he might have committed a crime, then what is the whole procedure? A witness might have seen him, the police might have gone to arrest a specific person, then this as a case goes to the court, this person might be innocent or guilty. So this is what we're going to read about. A suspect was arrested for robbing a jewelry store on Saturday afternoon. The suspect, who is the suspect? The person that has done something. We don't know. This person, we cannot say that is innocent or guilty. Still, he is a suspect. We don't know yet. So the suspect told the police that he was innocent, not guilty. He said that he couldn't be guilty of robbing the jewelry store because on Saturday afternoon he was breaking into a school and he had a witness. Somebody had seen him. There was a witness there to prove it. The police immediately arrested him for robbing the school. The case goes to court next month. So we have one story. Let's go and see another story. A 30-year-old man was arrested for vandalizing a campsite. Remember what we said about vandalizing. This person was arrested because probably he was breaking things, he was damaging the campsite. In court, the judge, so in the place where this case has gone to be judged, to see whether the person is innocent or guilty, we said. The judge heard how the police caught the criminal. It was easy, the police officer said. There was no victim. We didn't have to interview any witnesses or collect any evidence, so any proof. The man wrote his name on a wall. The man was sentenced to 3 months in prison. So, after finishing and after this case went to the court, the judge decided that he was innocent and he was sentenced. So, they took him to prison for 3 months. For what? For vandalizing. Now, we are going to see together, so I would like your help, please, to put and see this justice system, so how it works. First of all, a crime is committed. So something has been done, anything, from vandalizing, from arson, from a car theft. This is the crime that has been done, that has been committed. Then the suspect, so the person, is arrested by who? By the police, of course. The victims, or the witnesses, and the witnesses, depending, are interviewed by this police officer. Then, after somebody is being interviewed, evidence is collected. So we've got some hints. What happened? When did that happen? Who was there? What was the time? This is called the evidence. Then, this, as a case, goes to court, to that place so that it can be judged. And the person might be found guilty, so he has done something, or he might be found not guilty. That is called innocent. If this person is guilty, then he is sentenced into, for example, 2 to 3 months, and he goes to prison. Whereas, if this person is not guilty, the case ends there. So, this is the whole structure of how our justice system works. Nobody can be put into prison without, first of all, his case, without going to the court. Now, let's move on. We have got different people, and let's see which is their role. So what do they do exactly? We've got the judge, the witness, the police officer, the suspect, and the victim. So, the criminal is somebody who commits the crime, somebody that does a crime. How is that person who decides on sentences in court? That is on top. He decides whether a person is innocent or guilty, and this is the judge. Now, the person who arrests the suspects and collects this evidence, who was that person? We said that that was the police officer. Somebody who the police think is guilty. We don't know yet if somebody is guilty or innocent. So this is the suspect, of course. Somebody who suffered from a crime because he has been mugged or because he has been robbed. This is the victim. He suffers. And somebody who saw a crime, saw something or heard something. This is the witness. Many times he might be called as an eyewitness as well, because he was there when the crime was committed and he can tell what happened. All right? Now, we're going to continue with a different topic. We're going to leave, let's say, this justice system and politics, and we're going to focus now on some global issues, on some global problems that you have been dealing with, you have been doing project at school, but we're going to focus on some words now. We've got fuel, smog, spill, gases, warming, layer, and conservation. Many times this word might seem difficult, but when you look at the pictures and when you see the sentences, you can see that they are not that difficult to understand. Take a look at number 1. The hole in the ozone, how have you heard that? It's the ozone layer. So in the ozone, we have got different layers. And you know now that there is a hole. So the hole in the ozone layer above Antarctica suddenly expands. And this problem has created what? The global warming, of course. Number 2, Arctic sea ice, we can see the ice here, could soon disappear as the global warming increases speed of melting. We have got global warming, and in this case, the ice might be melting. That's why we're saying that we have to be very, very careful and protect the environment. Number 3, time running out for oil and other fossil, what? How are these called? Fossil fuels. We're talking about natural resources that we can find under the sea or under the earth. These are called fossil fuels, and many, many countries are taking advantage of these fossil fuels. Number 4, take a look. at the factories, take a look at the city. What do you see there? We can see that there is thick smog. It's exactly the same in the Albanian language, exactly. Hanging over the city that causes lots of breathing problems. People have difficulties in their breathing. Number 5. Take a look at these birds and take a look at this black thing. What is this? Think of the sea. What might have happened? We have got oil spill that kills hundreds of seabirds after a tanker capsizes. Think of a huge ship in the sea, and this has capsized. It has gone, let's say, upside down. And in this way, we have got oil spill, this black thing, this black liquid that is very sticky, that goes to the bird's legs, and then the birds might die. The next one, can you see the temperature? How is this called? This is the greenhouse gases. These are the gases that come out of the greenhouses. And this, of course, has caused the temperature to rise a lot. And that is very, very dangerous. And number 7, I'm sure you recognize panda. This is one of the endangered species. These species that, if we are not careful, they might go extinct. So there might be no more pandas if we are not careful. So there have been some conservation projects so that they can help the endangered species like the pandas. So these are some of the new words, or some of the words that you already know, but sometimes might seem difficult. Apart from the environmental issues, we're going to see also some organizations. In the world, there are so many organizations in which people are trying to help other people. How? In different ways, with many volunteers to help so that we can help one another. So we have got organizations that fight for peace, fight against destruction, against the risk that some people are. They help communities. They help people have health care. Which are those organizations? Let's go and see them. WWF fights against the, look at the words please, of the natural world. So against the destruction. We don't want the natural world to get destroyed. Another organization is Save the Children, that protects the children that are at risk around the world. Another organization is Oxfam, that works with the local communities worldwide to fight poverty and injustice. Another one is the World Health Organization. It's easy to understand. It helps people to afford their health care. There are many people that do not have money to help themselves, do not have money to go and treat themselves. That's why we have this organization, this health organization, in order to help them, to help people to get cured, even if they don't have much money. And the organization that is the United Nations, you can think of that. They are united. What do they want? They want to promote peace, of course, and security throughout the world. And after these organizations, let's go and focus on the phrasal verb turn. You have the explanation in the end, so it's easy for you to find the answer. Number 1, the pollution in the river turned up or turned out to be from a local factory. When the meaning is that it was discovered to be, then it turned out to be. So they found out, it was discovered. Number 2, our safari holiday turned over a nightmare or turned into a nightmare? Of course, that's easy. It turned into a nightmare. It became a nightmare. Number 3. Could you please turn down or up your music? It is loud. Since it is very loud, we want it to turn it down, so to decrease, to lower the level. Number 4. Katie turned down or over her invitation to the event. When the meaning is reject, then again it is turned down. So as you can see, the phrasal verb turn down has got 2 meanings. It might mean to lower the voice or the level, or to reject, not to accept something. And number 5, could you turn on or turn off the TV, please? Nobody is watching it. So since nobody is watching it, why don't you turn off the TV? All right. These were some of the exercises that we dealt together. What can you do now? You can think of different organizations that we have in our country. I have already given you an example. Fundiav Drushe is one of the organizations that we have in Albania. You can go and see what have they done, how have they helped different people, or you can find information about another organization and then you can discuss it with your friends, with your teacher, so that you can exchange different ideas. I would like to thank you and find as much information as possible so that you can discuss with your friends. Goodbye.